Hello out there in political land. This is Tony Alvarez. I'm going to make another statement here, and it's obviously politically related, and it's on again on this immigrant thing, and I just want to talk about something a little bit different. I've lived in California. I grew up in New England, Massachusetts. After my parents landed here from Cuba, we were in Cuba for about a year or so. Then we moved up to a little town called Lawrence, Massachusetts, and where we grew up with mostly Italians and Irish folks. And there weren't a lot of Hispanics there. As a matter of fact, the only other person who spoke Spanish in the whole town was the pastor of our Catholic church, Father Natali. Wonderful person. But anyways, after many years in high school and all that, I traveled out to California because my brother was already living out here, my older brother, and he had become an LAPD officer, which he did that for 30 years, retired with the Medal of Valor. He got the Medal of Valor from LAPD and from the feds because he worked undercover narcotics for many years, and he did a lot of good things. My brother Al. Great job, Al. Anyways, so I came out here. I followed him out here, and believe it or not, at that time I was considering becoming a cop. That would have been a mistake. Anyways, so over the years I got involved in real estate, and I did a lot of stuff in rehabbing houses, what they call flipping today, and stuff like that. And I ended up dealing with a lot of different construction folks. And in Southern California, there's a huge population. You see them at Home Depots all the time outside. There's a huge population of immigrants and many of them are illegal immigrants that come here and work. As a matter of fact, and I have to address this because there's so much nonsense going on right now in the media. They keep talking about illegal immigrants and how they come here and they want to do this and they want to do that and they want to become citizens. The majority of illegal immigrants that come to California from the South have no desire to become citizens in this country. The number one reason why they come to California is to work for money. And they send the majority of their money back to support their families. And why? Because as a construction worker, as an unskilled laborer, you can make here in one day the equivalent of what you make back in your old country in a month. You get it? Okay, so this nonsense about thinking that they come here to become citizens, they don't come here to become citizens. They don't want to be anything. Look, I met a lot of construction folks, people that I love and adore, from Guatemala, from El Salvador, from all over the place. Mexico, worked with many of them in different projects over the years. They all had their papers, bought and paid for at some local store, I'm sure of it. I had a program that I put into place to help a lot of these Hispanic workers. I said I encouraged them to get their documents. I encouraged them if their documents were not real. I encouraged them. I even offered to sponsor them, which means I take full responsibility for them financially if they get in trouble, whatever. I did all that. I even offered to help them buy a house instead of becoming slaves to paying rent. We would all pitch in. I would put up the funds. We would buy a house. I would put up the money for the materials and stuff. All the guys would chip in labor. Anybody who wanted to do this, we would all chip in and work together and help one after one after one after one, each one of them to get their own home here in the States, so that they could get squared away and they didn't have to live in fear and worry about the laws and the changes in immigration law. Go. How many do you think ever took me up on it over 40 years of being in this business? Zero. Not a one. And why? I suppose there's many reasons, but at the core, their plan was not to stay here. And many of them sent back money. I know a few of them that I've known for years. They own land in their own countries. Fernando owns, I don't know how many lots in Guatemala. He bought semi-trucks and sent them all down. His brother runs some company down there. This is a kid who started here 40 years ago when he was just a child. And he saved his money. I mean, all of it to Guatemala. He still rents here. So I don't want to hear your nonsense, your political crap about, how we should do this and we should do that. The majority of those folks that come here, they come here to work. They come here to get money, to support their families in their own country, which they love, by the way, as much as I love this one. Wouldn't you, if you could get paid what you make in a month in your own country, if you could make that in one day, wouldn't you go? I mean, how many American citizens hightailed it all the way to Saudi Arabia right after Desert this and Desert Storm and all that? Because they got all these benefits of working there? Come on, contractors. I know guys that were plumbers that were making, $4,000 a day or something there, tax-free. They were there for 2-3 year contracts and couldn't wait to go back. Granted, they did it legally, because, it's bad enough for being there illegally, never mind illegally. All right, I get myself all worked up over nothing. You get it? Do you get it? Don't believe in this political crap that they throw at us about why people do whatever they do. That's why. I suppose I shouldn't yell as loud. Maybe more people would listen. Okay, I gotta go. See you later. It's a pleasure talking to you. See you. Bye.